What's up, my people? It's your girl with Tomboy Chronicles. It's been a busy day. Just wanted to touch on some things business-wise. If you don't know, I run like 4 businesses simultaneously and to perfection. If you don't feel that way, let me know. But anyway, my clients love me. But yeah, so it was a couple of things I just want to touch on. A couple of things came up from a consumer standpoint where, you know, of course, I'm a consumer as well as a business owner. And sometimes you need to understand the middle ground when it comes to that. First, I had someone that was upset about, we went to a all-you-can-eat spot, and they set out 7-inch plates instead of a large size dinner plates, and the person felt like that was just so disrespectful, and you're spending your money and this, that, and the other, blah blah blah. So I explained it to him from a business standpoint. A lot of these places where it's all you can eat, people will fill up a whole plate and only eat half the food. That food goes straight to the trash. It's a waste for the company. So they're losing money every time you fill up a plate and you don't eat the whole plate. I said, so they give you a smaller plate, you get what you need, you eat, and guess what? You can keep going back. It's all you can eat. So it's not like they're saying you can't keep going back during your dining experience. They're just being cost effective because they realize they're getting a loss. So a lot of times we thinking somebody's doing something facetious and things like that. You got to see it from both sides. Had someone else bring up the fact that I guess Trump is changing it where you don't have to show that you make 3 times the rent to move in somewhere. And I understand what they were saying, why you got to show this much money when the rent is this and that and the other. Because I'm in real estate and I understand, like, these people are taking a chance on you moving into their property and that you're going to pay every single month on time. You got to keep in mind, you have other bills besides your rent. So when they're asking to see that you make a certain amount of money, that's 2 times the rent, 2.5 times the rent, three times the rent, in their mind, okay, so you can pay the rent and you can take care of your other responsibilities. So if anything happens, the rent will still get paid. So that's their way of figuring out if we can lease this property to you. Of course, people like me, I'm an entrepreneur. Yes, put your money in the bank so you can always show on a bank statement what you make, because you don't have check stubs, things like that, but you got to show a constant flow of income coming in. Sometimes they're going to ask to see your tax returns, and a lot of us, we file a loss on our taxes, and so it makes it even harder for us to find a property or be able to move, because it's not really showing what we're actually making. And so just keep those things in mind when you think life is unfair. They're taking a risk. They're taking a risk. It's a business that's in business to make money. So they have to put these things in place to make sure that their investment is a solid investment. So it's just a thought process when you're thinking that a business is being unfair to you. Try to look at it from their standpoint. They're in business to make money. You know, so a lot of times those fees, those things like that, they're adding on. It's the cost of doing business, because business is not free. So with that being said, I know I talk about a lot of time. I run a couple of businesses. I do run 4 businesses, and again, I do run them simultaneously. Thank God, I don't have to do every business every day. Today, I did 3 out of 4. You know, I've been up since 8 this morning. It is 4:13 right now, and I've already ran through 3 businesses. I've been running around all day today. So, with that being said, the whole thought process is with me as a business owner. Each business is different. So each client is different. If they hire me for a service, they don't care about what other business I got going on, what I'm doing over here. I made a commitment to do a job, and I'm going to do my job. I'm going to do it to the best of my ability, because I'm always a 5-star. Everything I do, and it's not for me to say, hey, I'm doing this and this. I'll get to your stuff. No, nobody told me to run all these businesses. So if I'm providing a service and you come get the service, I'm going to do my job and I'm going to get it done, and I'm get it done in a timely fashion within a time frame that I deliver to you. The frustration with me as a business owner, because I'm not just dealing with clients. I'm dealing with vendors. I'm dealing with staff. I'm dealing with crew. I'm dealing with logistics, you know, timing and things like that. I'm dealing with uniforms. I'm dealing with product that needs to be bought. I'm dealing with things that's needed for each particular job or whatever I'm doing. All these things come into play. I don't have an assistant. I do have one. I got assistants I can call on here and there. But anyway, I don't have a full-time assistant. I don't have anyone that's reminding me of these things every day. I don't have anyone that's calling my clients for me. I don't have anyone doing my invoicing. I have no one doing my payroll. I do all this myself. So the frustration is, of course, is the frustration comes in when, first of all, from a staff and a crew perspective, you know, my staff and my crew act like they're the only staff and crew. Usually it's my family and friends who work for me. They act like they're the only person that work for me, and I got time to over explain or do their job for them. I don't. You know, I have my system in place where you shouldn't have to ask me anything because I over communicate. If you're asking me, it's because you're being lazy. So that's one of the biggest frustrations I've got with that, dealing with people. But people are human. They don't care. They only care about what they want, which is the money. And, you know, I pay on time, and if I don't pay on time, I'm here their mouth. So I do everything I need to do to keep my staff happy. As far as clients are concerned, again, clients, they don't know how many other clients you have. They don't understand. So, you know, I stay on top of that and do that. Biggest pet peeve is working with family and friends. I'm grateful to have their business, but don't ever come to me as a family and friend and think that you're going to ask me to do something that I do for a living and not have to pay for it. Because anytime I take away from anything else I'm doing to do something, I need to get paid for it. Because I don't work a 9-to-5, I don't get paid by the hour, none of that, it comes in consideration. You need to take in consideration that if you're asking me to do something, you need to understand there is a fee associated